Next on Worcester News Tonight, Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelidis sworn in for his second term tonight. More from the inauguration. And a 6-day manhunt comes to an end. Escaped prisoner James Morales back in police custody. We'll have the latest. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Sheriff Lou Evangelidis is sworn in for his second term tonight as Worcester County Sheriff during an inauguration ceremony at St. John's High School in Shrewsbury. Evangelidis is the 28th High Sheriff of Worcester County. Members of the Worcester County Sheriff's Office and many others attended the event. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito presented the administration of the oath. During the ceremony, Polito saying she is honored to be a part of the ceremony celebrating the success of Sheriff Evangelidis.
When I served with Lou, I knew his passion for public service. We served in the House of Representatives for a number of years together, both being attorneys by profession, but then turning that into more work to help people have a better life. And I think he's really found his niche as sheriff. And in this role, he's redefined the mission and purpose of the Worcester County House of Correction.
And it's been a wonderful job. We're blessed to have amazingly beautiful people that help us every day in that environment, which is a hard job. But we're doing the work, we work hard, we try to keep dangerous people off the streets, but we try to give people who want a second chance, give them that second chance. And that's what tonight's all about, just a celebration of what we've accomplished and look forward to what's next.
And again, this will be the second term for Sheriff Evangelidis. As our Olivia Lemon shows us, the sheriff says he has a lot planned for the next six years during his second term as Worcester County Sheriff.
When I came into this office, I really was focused on just doing it in a different way, and I've really focused a lot, and the team we brought in have done a lot of great things.
Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelidis is entering his second term. He calls the face-to-face program one of his biggest accomplishments in his first 6 years. It's a drug prevention program where he goes into schools and talks to students about the effects substance abuse can have. As of this moment, we've been before 270,000 students talking to them about the choices they make, and I know we're reaching some of those people, and hopefully they're making different choices. Evangelidis says more than 85% of inmates at the House of Correction are addicted to drugs or alcohol. He says focusing on prevention is one of the ways to keep youth out of prison. The Sheriff's Department, the four walls here are critical, but we wanted to make a commitment to go beyond those walls. For inmates who are addicted to drugs, the sheriff offers an intensive substance abuse treatment program. He says inmates who join the program have a lower recidivism rate than the general population inmates. In the end, if they get out and then they turn their life around and don't come back to the world of crime or recidivism, I just think, wow, that's an extraordinary great thing that we can do as a Sheriff's Department for the people of Worcester County. Evangelidis says he's looking forward to the next 6 years as sheriff and has a lot of plans for the future. In the face of an opioid epidemic, we're clearly going to continue our focus on substance abuse programming and education and things like that inside the facility, as well as preventive programs with substance abuse in the community. Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Escaped prisoner James Morales is now in police custody after a 6-day manhunt. Morales was arrested in Somerville this afternoon after he allegedly tried to rob a bank and was noticed by a state trooper. His arrest coming hours after an attempted robbery at a neighboring bank in Cambridge. Jonathan Cho has reaction from surrounding businesses and people who witnessed the ordeal.
I didn't know of anything that was happening next door until the cops sort of took off down the street.
At the Winter Hill Brewing Company, Dana Karen says she's glad this ordeal is over.
It's definitely a relief because I wouldn't know if he came in and I would be serving him a beer right now.
The restaurant's right next door to the Citizens Bank on Broadway in Somerville. A teller says James Morales tried to rob them this afternoon.
This is the sort of stuff that happens in the movies.
Hours before, police say he tried to do the same thing at a Bank of America on Mass Ave in Cambridge, passing a note to a teller, but walking away with nothing.
His picture is all over the place, and he could come here and rob the bank. He must be really clever.
In both cases, he failed, and authorities finally caught up with him.
Now that I know that it was a possible inmate, it's just scary.
Jennifer Guerrero works at this dentist's office right across the street from the Bank of America and saw the commotion and is relieved he didn't come inside her business.
It also could be us, not just the bank.
This evening, people who live in Cambridge and Somerville are thanking law enforcement who helped capture Morales.
Millbury police are asking for your help identifying a man who attempted to steal an ATM on Thursday. Police released this footage. Shows a man using a pry bar to open the doors to gain access to the ATM at Goretti's supermarket. The surveillance video shows a dark-colored Ford Ranger with a chrome bumper on the front. Police say the suspect is a white male wearing a dark-colored sweatshirt and a metallic gold mask. Anyone with information on the vehicle or suspect is asked to contact Millbury Police. In troubling new statistics on the number of opioid overdose deaths in Worcester County, and District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. says he expects the numbers will rise after more analysis is completed. Our Andy Madison has more.
Looking at data from 2016, the District Attorney's Office says there were close to 150 deaths from opioid overdose in the last year.
It's alarming. It's disheartening. It just shows how much work we really have to do to beat this.
Those are just raw numbers based on data collected on unattended deaths. The District Attorney expects the official numbers to be even higher and says the time to act is now.
We have to be creative with regards to the problem. It's the 4th year in a row we've hit triple figures, and show people that this is a disease of the brain. It's not a moral failing.
According to the data, more than 40 overdoses, almost 1/3 of the county total from last year, were in the city of Worcester. The statistics didn't come as a surprise to those we spoke with.
I wish I could say it does. We certainly see a very large opiate population in the city, and that has been going on for a number of years.
Susan HILLIS is the treatment director at ADCARE Hospital. She says opioid abuse is also a concern because it can lead to using stronger drugs.
A lot of people start an opiate addiction with prescription opiates, whether it's for themselves or someone else has given it to them, and then people find out that heroin is cheaper and certainly easy to access.
Worcester County is taking measures to address the issue. They've put together an opioid task force and came up with a memorial wall for overdose victims. The district attorney praised the governor's efforts to limit pill prescriptions and is hopeful more will be done this year to address the problem across the state.
No one wants a methadone clinic, it seems, in their neighborhood. But when you understand that the addiction hits every part of our society, we've got to find places to treat.
I think also having Narcan available and education for Narcan has been something that's been very helpful to both family members and people who are struggling with addiction.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
January is National Donate Blood Month, and the American Red Cross is reaching out for blood donations here in Central Massachusetts. Our Brittany Schaefer spoke with the American Red Cross of Central Mass and has the story.
Catherine, the American Red Cross says they are in an extreme need of blood donations. They are actually down 5% this year compared to last. The Red Cross says they are using more blood than they are receiving. The executive director of the Central Massachusetts Red Cross, Kim Goulet, says they are extending hours at their locations. The blood types they need most are A and B negative and O. Goulet says giving blood is a great New Year's resolution to help others.
Across the nation, we need 14,000 units of blood daily to support the 2,600 hospitals and centers across the nation. Donate blood, save someone's life.
The Red Cross and Dunkin' Donuts are teaming up to give you another reason to donate blood. During this month in January, anyone who donates blood will receive a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Catherine?
Thank you, Brittany. An energetic crowd of Worcester Public School students packed the Heart Center at Holy Cross this morning. The kids spent the day watching the Holy Cross women's basketball team play and even learned some new lessons. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
A sea of Worcester Public School students fill the Heart Center at Holy Cross. They're here to cheer on the women's basketball team, but also learn about making healthy choices.
I'm just very proud of the way it's grown, and when one teacher told me that this is better than Christmas Day for some of these kids, that really made me feel good.
Coach Bill Gibbons says the Get Fit with the Crusaders program started 7 years ago. There were about 500 students the first time. Today, 2,500 students learned about the importance of nutrition and exercise.
It's important to move every day and get exercise.
Gibbons says having the kids watch a college game and visiting a college campus is something they can aspire to.
Maybe going to college or playing a sport in college. So for all those reasons, this is a great day.
6th grader Corinne Conity agrees.
The honor of being at Holy Cross. This is one of my first times of being at a college before, and I think it's really cool. These girls are really inspiring for other girls because they're really good players and Usually it's men.
The Crusaders ended up losing a close game with Colgate. Coach Gibbons says he wishes their team won, but giving a little something back to these students is more important.
Our girls will come back, and I have to stay positive for that. And in some way, this gives me a little inside glow that these kids had a lot of smiles on their faces.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Sturbridge Police Department is being honored by AAA Northeast for their outstanding traffic safety achievements. The department announced the award on their Facebook page today, saying the town of Sturbridge is earning a National Gold Award from the AAA Northeast for their education and outreach efforts within the community, protecting citizens and promoting civic engagement. Officer Adam Szymanski is also recognized as the department's traffic safety hero for his exceptional efforts in impaired driving enforcement and leading the department in vehicle stops and arrests.